Hi, this is Heather with Creativity by Heather BE. Welcome back to another video. Today I'm featuring a card using the ink road stamps. I have to say, I have come to love this company. They're fairly new. They have some great out-of-the-box stamps, and the one that I'm using today is called Blended, and it features stamps regarding to step parents and step siblings. And so when I saw the stamp set, I decided that I wanted to use my Gansai Tambi Starry colors, watercolors. And there is a mosaic heart in the set that I just loved. So what I decided to do was to heat emboss it with clear heat embossing powder on black cardstock. I am going to be using watercolors, and I'm not using watercolor paper. So what I'm using here is the Lawn Fawn Black Licorice. And I was a little concerned about how the watercoloring would work on this, and so I tested it on a sheet of paper on a sheet separate first, and it did wonderfully. I wasn't using a lot of water because I wanted the colors to be pretty intense. So if you want to try this technique, you do not have to have watercolor paper. The Lawn Fawn Black Licorice worked great, and I'm sure um, other companies that have the same type of paper, same weight and things like that would work as well. So I use my powder bag to remove any static from my paper, and I am inking up the mosaic heart with Versamark ink, watermark ink, and I'm just randomly stamping. As you can see, this one's upside down, just kind of doing different patterns with this heart. And what I'm going to do is actually stamp out about halfway down and then put the white embossing, or I'm sorry, excuse me, clear embossing powder on it. I'm not going to heat set it. I'm going to go ahead and do the other side and then completely heat set the whole thing. So I'm going to put the powder on this side in just a moment, and then I'm not going to show you the other half because it's the exact same thing. I do go back over with my powder bag again, just because at the bottom there you can see where I've been touching and things like that. This company, I'm telling you, if you have not checked out the ink road stamps, you need to. They just had a release of a stamp called Hello Gorgeous and the dies with it, and it is just beautiful. I cannot wait to get in and play with it as well. So I am heat setting, and as you can see, it dries clear, but there's still enough line there where you can see when you're painting. So it almost kind of, when you're done, is going to look like a no-line watercolor. And I am only using basically the first four colors. So they are blue gold, rose gold, yellow gold, and champagne gold. I do bring some of the light gold in a little bit. And I'm not going to, I didn't film me going through the entire panel. So you can see this is what it looked like quickly when it's done. I'll bring it back in just a moment. So for the sentiment, what I decided to use was another ink road stamp. And this one is from Compliments 2. So they do have a Compliments 1. And this one is called You Deserve Royal Subjects. I love the heart. It looked kind of monarch looking and royal, so I decided to use that one. And I have to say, I love the font too on these sentiments. They're large, as you'll see once I add it to the card, and there's actually a Compliments 1 as well, which I do not have yet. So what I decided to do was stamp it on the Lawn Fawn Black Licorice cardstock, and then I'm going to use Ranger Silver embossing powder and heat set it. I do have all of my products listed below, also over on my blog, which I'll have the website at the end, and that's also listed down below. So I'm going to use the silver heat embossing powder. And I went back and forth on what color I wanted to use for the sentiment, and I decided to use the gold to kind of pull out some, or excuse me, the silver to kind of pull out some of those lighter colors of the gold. And I am using an My Favorite Things sentiment strip to cut out the sentiment. And there you can see that panel again a little bit. You can just see the colors in it. And I will tell you guys, I am not an artist. I am so far from an artist. And this panel looks gorgeous. It was so easy to do. These watercolors are amazing. They're not very expensive. So if you get a chance and you're wanting to do something a little different in your card making, definitely check these out. I'll have the link below for those as well. So my card base is Neenah 110 pound. And I am using the Nouveau adhesive here, liquid adhesive. I have to say, this is another one of my favorite products. I've been using it for a couple months now, and I really like it. I tend to shy away from liquid adhesives to put my panels on my card bases just because I'm afraid they won't stick, and I live in Houston where it's very hot. So if I mail something, the heat is not good on adhesives, and this one is fabulous. So I'm trying to, you can see the sentiment there on that strip, and I'm trying to decide where exactly I want to place it. I've kind of got it towards the bottom. I'm going to move it up a little bit. I did put some fun foam on the back of this sentiment just to give it a little bit of dimension off of that panel, as you can see there. And then I just used a score tape. And that is the final card. Very simple, just so easy to do. I really encourage you to try this technique, and also definitely check out Incred stamps. They are fabulous. Thanks guys, have a great day. Don't forget to check out the blog. Our website's listed here, and like this video if you enjoyed it. And don't forget to subscribe to catch future videos. Have an awesome day.